There's been a request sitting in my inbox for quite some time about the JoyRide Studios figures, and I'm going to cover those today. This was a series that was linked to two video game magazines, Nintendo Power and GamePro. And the GamePro had like Sonic Adventure Battle 2 and SSX Tricky and Cell Damage and like Super Monkey Ball, Super Banana. But the four that they did for Nintendo and the Nintendo Power was Metroid and Samus. So my clamshell is a little bit yellowed. None of the other ones have yellowed. That's just the way that happens sometimes. I'm not really sure why. It hadn't really had sun exposure, so I'm not really sure what that's all about. But the back of these is great. It's a fold-out Velcroed thing. I'm not going to read all this, but you can pause maybe and take that in. And you even got a power-up code. Justin Bailey's on here. They had all kinds of little notes on the series, but this one had a replaceable head, so you could have Samus in and out of her suit, technically. Well, we'll just wear their helmet off, but this was pretty amazing to have a Samus figure this early on. This is 2002. As you can see, this came out in Series 4. It wasn't until Series 3 that we started seeing the Nintendo figures. But there you go. There is Samus from JoyRide. And next up is Link on Epona from Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. And every one of these came with a little insert. You can kind of see it back there. With a little mini Nintendo Power, and you could get like maybe a coupon or something to subscribe to Nintendo Power. And just a shameless plug here, my group of people, not my group, Lucas Thomas, decided to continue the love of Nintendo Power, and as soon as Nintendo Power stopped publishing, NF Magazine took up the gauntlet, Nintendo Force Magazine, but we have to call it NF for licensing reasons. We took up the gauntlet right after they did their last issue, and we started ours, and we're like 76 issues in now, so check that out. We're on Patreon. So here's Link on Epona, and it's really, really a nice figure, really good sculpt. Comes with a stand that has the logo on it, which is really cool. Yeah, Samus didn't come with a stand. She just kind of stands on her own. Right there. So the Master Sword's a little short. Not a whole lot of details on that. You can see the little jewel, the little yellow jewel that's kind of on there. That's part of the hilt. And then there's Hylian's shield there. And there's the back. It even has some melodies from the Ocarina. Just some random stuff. Let me get my hand out of the way there. You can see that. They talk about masks. They talk about the history of Link. They have a list of the games in here. So that is Link. And he was able to come off of Epona because he's just kind of sitting on there. But I've never really seen him outside of the package. So anyone that has this figure, if he's able to stand, I'd be curious to know, because he kind of has the bow-legged, so he could fit on Epona's back. But next up is a love and hate figure. This is from Luigi's Mansion. You can see it's Series 3. Here is the back, so you can see that. And this has Luigi tips, history of Luigi. You can see here he was originally in Mario Bros. 1983, and yeah, he's just got some heart locations. It's mostly Luigi's Mansion stuff, and then he's got all kinds of stuff. He's got his poltergust, and he has you sit here on the little carpet area here, and he comes with a ghost that sticks out of the poltergust's vacuum part that you can see here. And it doesn't stand out very well. It doesn't have like a little peg to keep it up. So Eventually, Luigi just, lowers him and lowers him and lowers him, and then until he's touching the ground. And the worst part about this figure is the arms of the ghost. They are absolutely fragile as all get out. They're very difficult to get into the pegs of the figure. I know this because I'm looking at the loose one right over there. And so I had to rebuy this one in package because he's better off in package. If you open this one, there's going to be problems. He does not display well, and I always hated that aspect of him. So, love it because it's Luigi, and it's Luigi's Mansion. It's first Luigi's Mansion thing, and it has the poltergeist, but not great for displaying. So then we have all the way out in Series 6. This is right before they ended the line, and they quit doing the back on here, or really any information like on the previous ones. Was Mario with Flood on Yoshi, and you could ride Yoshi, and the Flood is especially great. You can kind of see how detailed that is, and the arms move and all that. I do not have this figure outside of package. I don't have him loose. I've seen him loose. It's better that he doesn't click on the Yoshi's back, but he clicks on the Yoshi's legs. You can see the pegs. I think that works better, though Mario doesn't make much sense outside of Yoshi, so he kind of has to be riding Yoshi because he can't stand on his own or anything like that. It's kind of a weird sculpt in that sense. It's not really an action figure, even though there's moving parts. So this is 2003 is the license. I'm not sure if it says on here when the actual figure was released, but that license was 2003. That sounds about right. Because Samus, I believe, was 2002, and they were coming out with these pretty fast. And I think I actually bought some of these at Toys R Us back in the day, so they have been in my collection for a long time. And those are the JoyRide Studios figures. I hope you enjoyed that. I really love these figures. They sit on a peg, on the pegboard back there, and that's just where I keep them because, as you can see, the bottom, you have some foxing here is what they call that. Very susceptible to damage. We got some damage up here. So they're not exactly mint. I don't think they ever were in my collection. Samus is pretty darn minty, except for that, orange flavored plastic. But yeah, there you go. That is the JoyRide Studios set. Sorry for the wait on that. It's just really hard to get things going, especially these long form ones. The TikTok stuff is easier. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me taking pictures on Instagram. Do all the things. So thanks for watching.